night experience. A journey like no other. Hitting that vibe that makes you go all night. Prepare yourself. Creating that love within your soul. This beauty you just want to share. You are now about to be a part of the Supreme Team. You are the Supreme Night Experience. Now and forever, wherever you are.
Welcome to Supreme Night Stream. Let's build together. A wonderful community. Helping each other. On a beautiful journey. Welcome to Supreme Night Stream. You are now on the Supreme Team. Welcome to Supreme Night Stream. Let's build together. A wonderful community. Helping each other. On a beautiful journey. Welcome to Supreme Night Stream. You are now on the Supreme Team.
You are entering the Supreme Night Experience. A journey like no other. Hitting that vibe that makes you go.
So, almost getting the green out. Almost. I'm like this close to just having like getting alcohol, like rubbing alcohol. Somehow getting it out. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'm thinking about it. Get it in my fucking eyes and shit like that. I even put a letter brown. Try to get it out. Didn't work. Like every time I wash my hair like vigorously, gets a little bit every time. But I don't know. It's still kind of there. Now it's just like I'm determined to get it the fuck out. And it wasn't even the color green that I wanted, man. That's the frustrating part. Come on. Where's my gears? Christmas. So I'll figure it out. That's what I'll do on this. Have to have the bottle right there. Be in the shower, just in case, you know. Oh my god. Oh, it's gonna be a fucking thing. Figure it out. But I only want to do it once. I better get 2 bottles. Be like extra careful, you know what I'm saying? And that's when you find out if you have any like nicks on your fingers too. You know, like when you're cutting lemons. My reasoning is that it's Christmas, Thanksgiving weekend. People should be on Artrium. Let's try it. What's up, people? How we doing? AR, Persian War. What's up? Low life. What is up, Griffin? Lion, the eagle head, right? Snake tail. Recent Duke, what's up? I gotta get a like a regal title, Duke Jenga, Count Jenga, Duke Jenga, Sir Jenga. Met this redhead from Argentina. I was like, oh, that's right by Chile. She just looked at me. It's like, what? Ready to do this? You can put your mic on. You know, it's alright. I'm not a rude asshole. I'm kidding. I'm a nice guy. Let's see if we could get this 12 rounds real quick. Oh my god, they might have like Santa's hats and shit. Fifth, come on. Load in. There we go. Alright, we got this. We got this, people.
Moving the fabricator. fabricator deployed.
Time to fortify our position!
Securing energy tap. I'll take that. Help me secure the tap.
Why is the tap all the way out here? What the fuck, man?
Energy tap secured.
Energy tap secured.
Okay, let's get back.
Do not disappoint me. Victory draws closer. I'll take that. Good kill there.
Now we understand each other.
Whoa, you dropped him!
Come on, man, move! Get out of the way!
Face your future.
Shoot them, genius!
Thank me when they're dead.
5 left!
Target is down. I'm out. I'll take that.
That all you got?
Now we're talking.
Good work, everyone. Ready for more?
Good. There we are. Good.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
Thank you very much.
Enemies on our perimeter! Can you please not do that?
Land and march!
enemy draws closer.
Very friendly.
Nice work!
Impressive.
Civic Julius, die!
Turret is up.
Hey, I'm trying to work here!
We got drops!
That's taking damage!
Landing mark! Turret destroyed. What the hell was that?
Come get me.
Bullseye!
Man, that was nasty.
You're good to go. Next.
Two left!
Bit sloppy, but okay. I've got the energy. Energy tap upgraded.
Oh, beautiful!
Sweet. Perfect. Let's do this.
All mine.
Nice.
Yeah.
Time's up, they're here!
I've got the energy. Energy tap upgraded. Could use some help.
A little help here! Cap's nearly destroyed! Use a hand.
Need a medic over here! That's taking damage! Tap
Clear
destroyed.
for now.
Let's resecure it.
Repair our lines.
Perfect. Nice. Sweet.
I'll take it.
Hell yes. Time's up. Hacker down! Time for a little target practice. Ammo secured.
You're exterminated.
Can't believe this shit.
There, it's done. Another for the junk pile.
That's how you do it. Oh, I like that. Restore the tap.
Hell yes.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Got it.
Time's up. Enemy reinforcements.
Okay, that's that.
Give me that.
Safety's off.
Night.
And the matter is settled. Hey, I'm trying to fight here!
Hell yes.
They told me I could fight. This will do.
Knock that shit off! Come here, asshole!
This DB is expensive, damn it!
Come back.
Need medical attention.
Not average bureaucrat.
Revive me! Thanks. Hey, I'm trying to fight here!
Three left! Let nothing go to waste. Surprise, you lose.
I've got the energy. Energy tap upgraded. Time to rebuild our shit and get ready for another round.
can operate this weapon, I assure you. Son of a bitch. Come on. No.
Oh, no, you don't.
This is so good, I should charge admission.
I got your back, Marcus.
I'm hit.
5 left. Here they come. Wounded. I'm good. Thanks.
Come on, refill. There we go.
Lock and load.
Revive me.
Three left.
Only one left. Weapons locker repaired.
I'll just help myself.
Securing the tap.
There we are.
Ammo's mine. Look what we have here.
You have a shotgun, relic shotgun.
Weapons locker repaired.
We got enemy reinforcements.
I'll leave this here.
Lobotomized.
So we got warden. Carrier. We'll be alright.
Going on offense.
Come on, you.
Fuck.
Get up.
Massive hardware failure.
Sweet.
Incoming.
make good use of this.
Tap online. Securing the tap. All mine. Collecting energy.
They've already lost. They just don't know it yet.
Good shot.
Alright.
Tap the energy tap.
Weapons locker repaired.
You got it?
Through the pain. Nothing but bits.
Throwing shock.
Target to the last.
He's empty.
Four left.
Have my thanks.
Anya, you good?
Interesting.
One dead sniper.
Oh, that's not bad. One of these guys made of shit.
Tap emptied. Time to get a little hands-on.
I'll take it. Sweet. All mine.
Now we're talking. Weapons locker deployed.
If I get blood on my camera, I trust someone will wipe it off. Incoming flashbang!
Alright. We got this. Something's coming in. Okay.
Bring me ammo, immediately.
Whoa, whoa! Tap taking damage.
As soon as they go down, pick them up. Don't allow anybody to go down for
Attention! Goddamn son of a bitch!
Oh fuck.
Up and out.
To you.
That was sloppy.
Wrong target.
I got your back, Marcus. That'll work. Securing energy tap. Look out. Revive me.
Now I'm angry.
Thanks, Marcus.
Ammo's mine.
Hey, I had a shot there. Securing the tap.
Let's move. Enemies in 30.
Good fight.
Good to go.
Good to go.
Tap emptied. Energy tap upgraded.
Sweet.
And the trap is set.
Don't mind if I do.
Do not disappoint me.
Dibs. Was a little too close.
Here! I need assistance! Someone get me up now!
Bullseye.
What do we have here?
Ammo. Pure.
Not gonna work.
Thanks for the hand. I'm a focus to you.
Get me up. Looks like you had to split.
All mine.
Oh, something ugly is coming. You ready?
Sweet.
Secured!
Good to go.
Energy tap nearby.
Bye. Let's secure it.
We've got enemies incoming.
Matriarch.
Got him. This'll do.
It's a statue. Good to go.
Hey, I had a shot there.
Snatcher mark.
Done.
Flashbang. Oh, I like that.
Please.
Got him. I need ammo. Got him. Nice. It's gonna go for the kills, but need an ammo. I'm always too cautious. I gotta go like more aggressive. All right, there we go. Give that to the noob tube. The artillery guy. This game probably only be played like on Christmas and that kind of thing. Because they already give you out free like boosts, like no matter what. Customize classes, demolitions. Oh, there. Razor kill, 10,000. Boom shot. Okay, 30. Yep, upgrade this. There we go. Switch to Apex. Alright, get a game in over here. Looks a lot better, right? You could see like that's just tape for you got like an injury or whatever, that kind of thing. And having a sock up there, having it, for the gel and stuff like that, and anything I put in my hair. Anyways, be back. Just apple cider, nothing big. I don't really have alcoholic drinks. My place. I mean, I do. Turkey with barbecue sauce. Cold turkey with barbecue sauce. You gotta switch it up. Sometimes you have gravy. Barbecue sauce. Maybe a sandwich. Good source of protein. Usually I get like a huge bird. Now I'm just like, at the very tail end of it, I don't finish it all, right? So that's kind of a waste. So I just got like a normal size one. So I guess my four main ways is sandwich, barbecue, normal gravy, and stew. With I guess normal way would be like gravy, corn, stuffing. It's crazy, like Thanksgiving is literally after the Pequot massacre. The Puritans, looking for religious freedom from England. They're persecuting us, so they go after the Pequots over a slight, ongoing, disagreements because they're on the land and shit like that, right? I'd say it's slight, but there's three main tribes. One was the Mohawks, so they got the Mohawks against the Pequots, and they like barricade them in to this fortification. And there's like hundreds of Mohawks outside, so they lit it on fire. And there are people, there are Pequots, these Indians fighting from the Palisades as it was burning. That groups of children and women were running out. They're trying to guard them as they were running out. They're firing, giving them cover fire. And the Mohawks were just killing the women and children as they were running out. And the Puritans that were there also were killing, as they were running out, also killing some of the Mohawks, accidentally. Friendly fire, but they didn't give a shit. Then, they said, like, you could smell the burning flesh. You think about that back in the day, there was no plastic or whatever, so they could smell the meat burning, hundreds of Pequots burning for miles around. It smelled like cooked steak and turkey, all the, you know, clothing they had on was, from animal skins and fur and shit. And then they went back. I guess they assumed they went in as they were burning, took the food and everything else like that. Had a big feast. That's how it got Thanksgiving. Is it related? Pretty close. Timing was about right. You needed food for the winter. So, I'll wash my hands actually. Odd way. I sort of look at it like this: the whole massacre. Pequots were with the Dutch, Mohawks were with the English. I'm not saying everybody who spoke English survived or whatever. The tribes. I'm thinking like if you were a Native American nation and you made initial first contact, more than likely you're the one who would survive longer because they established a connection or whatever, and that's your ally, and then everybody else who didn't, their only crime was that, they got annihilated. They were allied with the Dutch. That's the only crime. Nothing else than that. Everybody was killing everybody. I mean, you can't say like one was savage, one was not. You can't be, the Puritans were pure or any shit like that, They're like, oh, the Catholic Church is so corrupt. We got to make Protestantism, and they come to America. It's like, okay, let's just kill every native. It's not corrupt. I mean, it's just about everything's about power. The video game G, what is up? Rizrat, Rizrat, Rerat, what's up? Rizrat. Oh, you gonna be that? Okay, okay, okay. I got you. I got you. Let's do it. One line there. See if I get Loba now. But you see it time and time again. You read it. You got to read between the lines. Also, it's like when they went to arrest it. Whatever Native American chief, they hated him so much. They were just looking an excuse for them to kill the chief. Be like, oh, I killed the chief, whatever. That's why you always read, oh, some private, whatever, killed so and so chief, because they hated them, didn't even think it was people. So whatever slight movement, be like, okay, I shot him. It wasn't like he didn't know what he was doing. He was looking for a reason to kill him. You know what I'm saying? So, oh, well, they didn't know how to arrest it, whatever. But nah, man, he's so filled with racism. He wanted to have a justified homicide on whatever Native American chief. Filled with hate for Native Americans. Where we going? Or not? Fuck. It's like here's this chief that killed so many white people, whatever, and now I go arrest him. So you have this racial hate that these not even people, you know. So you go arrest them, you know, Sitting Bull or whoever, you know. It's like, how come you won't tell your people to come on the reservation? And you're like, well, this guy only has people only listen to certain people in that one band, you know, because you have family relations or whatever. If you're another clan, it's just like he can't control everybody, but you want to make believe like you have control over people, right? And so, like, well, he's killing my people. He killed a lot of people, so you would arrest him. Like, fuck, you don't give a fuck. And that's how you just see one little thing was killed later in life after he already surrendered to the reservation. 10 years after he surrendered the reservation, arrested, and they killed this chief or whatever. It just happens time and time again. That's just the one time they wrote it down. We could do that. Hmm. Yeah, yeah, definitely trying to. Nice. I hit the old. Fuck. No, my teeth looked like green or something like that. Okay, I don't know what that is, but okay. Toji, what's up? All right. See what we can do. Not until when they run out of ammo. I think they're trying to like purge their populace since they're not going to get any territory. I think they're going to try to like institute martial law and just try to throw out everybody who they can at that wall of death because you already have it started. So you're trying to get everything you possibly can out of it, make money, do this and just monstrous things, you know? So you just got to look historically, what do nation states do in time of war? And when Hitler was going down, he did a lot of fucked up things, you know? He didn't care about the populace, whatever, you know what I'm talking about? So they're just a wasted resources. And historically, you know, Russia and China use their population as an expendable resource. So you got to look at it in those terms. Like, what can you get out of that if you don't really value the people living in your country? So, I mean, yeah, it is. We don't, thankfully, we don't live in that country, you know? So, telling me, yeah, well, thank you. But you gotta be clear. Are you serious? I'm out of ammo? I don't think World War III is gonna happen. You know, I mean, maybe if Trump was in power, yeah. And for a short time, I guess what it is, you would decrease the population, and that wealth that's here would benefit the next generation or so, and then it would just plummet because you just don't have the production capabilities, and would probably reach a a new dark age or whatever. But I don't think so. I mean, they definitely decided to divide up the world. But what's happening is like now that Finland and Sweden join NATO, they have all older generation weapons, and now we're going to give them newer generation weapons. And so we could constantly, all weapons is just going into Ukraine where the fight is, because that's the smartest thing to do, right? And all Russia is throwing in all their Cold War weapons, so they can't replenish it. Our industry is not being touched. Russia industry is not being touched either, but it really doesn't have an industry. But we are the ones innovating, so we're not cut off from anything. Now China's in a predicament because we boosted them up, and now they realize now we're pulling the rug right from underneath them. You know what I'm talking about? And well, all of Asia we boosted them up. We were their defense. We have all their manufacturing over there. So soon we pull our manufacturing and we take away the training wheels off Japan or whatever, we can't keep, boosting up other people. We got to take it all back to the United States. Okay, I could do that. Because we gotta be careful because look what we did with even like Samsung and Asus. Those brands were basically rip-offs of the companies that we had over there, you know, RCA and everything else, right? And now they're major brands. So some of these Chinese brands become, you know, major brands if we don't do something about it. And we are doing. We're pulling it back now, but I'm out of all ammo. Fuck. So it's really a question to like of capability. So you can't really look at it like if you're a democracy, you want to further that in innovation. If you're a dictatorship, you're gonna try to build up your economy until the capability of invading somebody. It's all about power. You know what I'm saying? And when we overcomplicate it, it's like, well, we could do this, we could do that, we could delay it, we could mitigate it. But in the end, you know what I'm saying, this is really not a conversation. All the conversation is to is is to deceive us. As they'll turn on a dime. Look at all, even of democracies. It's human nature, but we have checks and balances. From people, we make people honest. We hold people to be fair more often than other forms of government. We are, you know, saying it's imperfect, but our form of government brings out that innovation, that goodness, whatever, more so. You know, I'm talking about debate and conversation. But if you look at all those politics, a lot of cold-blooded stuff, but it has to talk and debate to get something done, you know what I'm saying? And it's a consensus of everybody. Now you put it in the hands of one person, look all the chaos we have in our government. So of course, they're gonna do whatever they want. If they can get away with it and not die and enjoy it. And think it's anything, high class and all this other shit. It isn't. It's very simplistic and brutal. I mean, Ukraine's going to win. I mean, they're told they can't expand the war. That's everybody's main thing. I've got some turkey in my back of my mouth. So the smartest thing for them to do is go into Transnistria, remove that. How about the Moldavians? But they can't expand the war. And then as they push towards their own border, it's probably smart to get in some of these, make raids, and destroy these as they're retreating or whatever, you know. So you totally, not just get them out of the territory, but you annihilate their capability to make war. And honestly, from here to Moscow, they could make a run at Moscow because their static defenses is just crap. You know? Let me just take a photo of this. $10 meters. Let me restart this. Let's call this. I was thinking about this earlier. I don't know, it's a little tangential off of everything. Capture. Might freeze a little bit. Okay. I'm gonna just capture this real quick. I mean, you could have like static defenses, and what I really want to do is people that do not believe in static defenses, or not believe in it, but people that will really analyze it and go to the people that know how to build it in correlation with a mobile defense. So you can't have a static defense, but you could have elements, you could have it in combination with a mobile defense. Okay, let me restate that as I'm talking and thinking out loud. I want people that are highly critical of using a static defense to look at it to make sure they get in contact with people that know how to the very particulars. You know how like they have like ship engineers, like naval architects that know how to do all that, and what was built on, you know, Normandy, that kind of thing. And then you have your mobile armored, capabilities react force. So, because if you already like, I'm not saying that if you know this is going to work or you're not really very critical of it, you know what I'm saying? So you need people who are very highly critical, don't believe in it, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But and there are places where in the cities and some places where it is. And I was thinking about like all those little because I don't know this I just didn't understand why they're looking at something so antiquated and putting it down and just devoting any kind of resources to something that's basically a speed bump. And you could basically put a Wolverine. Basically put a Wolverine down. It's like that over that fortification. You just bomb the crap out of it, and I guess blow up the mines. And I think like if you blow it up, the ground be so soft and whatever. You just put one of those on top of it, or you get a bulldozer attachment to that, and you just bulldoze it to the side. And we have those too. We have bulldozers. That's all you gotta do. And then that's an Abrams tank, the bridge. The only thing it is okay. Let me restart this. Let me restart my stream. Talk about this obscure shit or whatever. I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to call this Ukraine. For theory of static defense with foundation, static defense, starting point with mobile defense. Because you don't really, I mean, you want certain things there, but I mean, you don't want to devote so much time and effort. And then you put a question of time and effort. Yeah, I'll just say random musings about our tactics. It's good enough. Very general. Nothing, that people will be like, all right, you know what I'm saying? So take it in that context or whatever, it's like, what's that? So Here we have some of the variant or a variant of the Abrams tank. So this is like an Abrams tank. You could lay down a bridge, cross the rivers, get across Ukraine. But see, the problem is it only goes like the distance of that bridge. All right, that's nice. But that really doesn't make sense because what happens if the distance is longer? So, I mean, my thinking, you could literally more than double the span of the bridge if you had two Wolverines, and the middle Wolverine would have to sink itself into the river, so you would have to have the engine a little bit up higher, or have like a snorkel, whatever, right? Boom. And then you have hydraulics that could even boost it up just a little bit further. So you're basically sacrificing a tank. And you should have that option, whatever, right? That's how you improve that. That's how you get across it quickly, whatever, right? Because it takes 3 minutes, and it could be done on the fire, and this could be done like under 10 or whatever. That's how instead of pontoon bridges, because a lot of those small rivers, whatever, are impassable, but it could be bridged with this. It's how you quickly get it. So Ukraine would be all those bridges, all those rivers be an asset. Or when you have to build if you decide to build a tank trap, that's how you get across real quick. And you get to see the different variants of the Abrams. I mean, but these been around for a long time. These bridge lane vehicles, they were on the patent and everything else like that. Bridge launcher. See, of all these things, they just literally that could just plow right through those pyramids that Russia's building. And look at this stuff. And now you could even put even a stronger engine on it. So, I don't know. It's reading that. These games are so accurate now. They're like getting classified documents or whatever inadvertently and putting those specifications up on games. Crazy. Anyway, so like when people like brag, oh, a submarine could go down this low, and here we go again. Some obscure Navy military information. Get me out of here, you know what I'm saying? It's like, why don't you use your personality, you know what I'm saying? It's like, fuck. Join assault bridge breacher. I just like how these things look. So you could see how this looks. Oh, here's the breacher vehicle. All these different kind of variants. Oh, with the snorkel, see, they should. Boom. That's how you do it. I don't even know if we have this tank anymore. And the marine tank. So it's possible. So that could go across the river. And I'll give it to the army. This is the breacher. So I think the thing is, you could have, and this is the Challenger version. I don't know what that is. Just some variant. Has a bunch of stuff on it. Oh, it's a camouflage. Okay, this has a bulldozer blade. So I guess with breaching fortifications and building them, I guess under fire, I mean, but to tell you the truth, this is what happens. It's like build it and then the assault comes in. Are you under fire while you build it? I mean, you want to build it for that case, but a lot of times you're not. I guess if you're assaulting it, yeah. But, I mean, if you look at what happened at Leningrad, they conscripted and forced the residents to dig with shovels as they were approaching in. So this digging. Did they work? Yeah. They never got to Leningrad. St. Petersburg. So, do you want these? Yeah, that's not the only thing you want, but the vast majority of it's going to be built with like excavators and that type of thing. You see at construction sites and everything, because they're just more efficient. How do you haul away these massive things, whatever, if you want to go that deep? I mean, you definitely don't want to do a small little pyramids. You go with coastal wave barriers, right? Concrete tetrapods, that they call it. Now we'll just go, let's say big. Big. Just how big they could get. Definitely want to go with the ones that are. Has he ever been to Okinawa? They have massive coastal fortifications. Like, they're big. So this stops waves, stop vehicles coming up. That's how you do that. I mean, those little hedgehogs are a little something, but how you can remove those things, these things right here? I want to know. You tell me how you're going to remove those things. Those things are sunken in the sand. So that's how you do that. You know, that's how long is it? I mean, that's naturally done, but you could dig and then put them down. So, you know, and how much time is it to get those things out? You know what I'm saying? And then you pile them on top of that, you know. So you got to haul them out one by one by one. That takes time. And that hour, in those hours, then you start forming up your mobile defense to come at that area. That's how you do it. I don't know about those little dinky things. Look how big these are. You go with these massive ones. Those are the size. This one thing is taller than a person. So you got 6 feet, 6 feet, 1 to 10 feet, whatever the fuck it is. That's your concrete barrier. Tetrapods. My God, it's actually. I don't know. So. All I'm saying is these are already built somewhere in the world and you have access to it. So that's how you go with these. And this could build a temporary harbor or whatever, you know. See, that's the whole thing. So now if you try to bulldoze it, see how they interlock? You can't bulldoze it. Psh. You have to remove it one by one. That's how you get them. See. Yeah, there's just no way. You just have barges and barges just dumping it. Dumping those things. I'm going to assume if you want to build a stack defense, it'd be something of this nature. Around cities, you know, certain roads. And they were doing it just like you do with hedgehogs, right? You gradually want to move out the outer defenses, but it'd be like something like using natural terrain, obviously. And you build a row of those tetrapods, like so. So to speak. Then you have another row like that. That'd be Oops. Like this, right? Maybe a third row like that. And so those gaps are very small, where only like a vehicle could go through. So it's not really to size by any chance. This is just like a foundation of how to do it, right? So that's your outer way, because you don't really want them to move it. You want to be like, oh, there's gaps. We'll just go through the gaps. But now you're forcing them to do. They come. They gotta go all the way here, all the way here. Boom. So you're making them snake through this and bottlenecking them. It's like, okay, we don't have to move them, all right? Hopefully you already detected their movement. Now you're getting everything ready, you're on alert or whatever. But then you have your line over here, which would not have gaps in it. And this is all, how much time and effort do you want to put in this? Your resources. It's where it gets, kind of serious, where you actually have fortifications. I mean, you have guns, It would go be something like this. How would you build it? This is why you need engineers. You know what I'm saying? So if you look at how covering fire on like forts and everything like that, you got to look back into the 16th century, 11th century, and even back to Theodosian's walls, whatever. How are they made? You probably have a tank trap in here, but these are just the tetrapods. I'm saying. So now it goes something like this. So now these are solid, right? So something like that. So now you're forcing them down to like a funnel. So you have a very small opening over here. And we have fire that could come in on here and over there. So they're coming through here. They're not moving now. They're forced to move or go down this path or whatever, right? Now, if they stop to move any of these out of the way, that's when you already have this already sighted in with artillery. And you would have artillery all in here. Like, you could have shorter range artillery, you know, like things that's more expendable. Machine guns, that kind of thing. And then would have another line. Would be a massive line. Basically like this, where you control like the opening. We just have it built up, and you just even have a tanks have be hold down on top of it, so they could fire in or sortie out, you know, not be the ones that's piled up, and you could, you know, we would have a slow defilade on the back of it, so you could put artillery on the back of it, your long range artillery. So they try to hit it, they're hitting this huge concrete structure, whatever, you know, and they're basically just pushing onto it because it'd be a mixture of concrete. And if it's in the city, you would shove in debris in the middle of the tetrapods, you know, and so you would have like this slow hill and like that right there. So they have to come, all the artillery fire will come over it, and they have to fire through that thing. So it's not really a wall, it's like a hill. It's like a mini mountain. And so it's just basically hitting debris, and now this dissipate all the fire, because the tetrapods will also dissipate, you know, the blast, whatever. And that's how you do a massive, because you can't in today's war with our big ass guns. But how do you do it quickly to get those tetrapods? Barges and barges and barges, just dumping it. First you make a harbor, because first you need the mobile defense, right? And if you have time, then you do this. You want to go to where the fight is, you know, have the ability, you know, to have the armored vehicles go, well, we need to defend over here, over there. But this is one of the places where it's so small, you might want to have a static defense, and so something of that nature. And then you just keep moving this part of it out, as far as you could get, until you could just, depends how much you want to build up. So just a starting point. It's a starting point of how to do in today's era. I mean, you know, in modern warfare, and then people would know more than me, and the particulars will build upon that. You know what I'm saying? Just very, very beginning of that. Where is it, you know, where does it make sense and where does it not? It doesn't make sense in a lot of areas. You know, you just can't have any static defenses, really. Expect it to, you know, stop people. It's a delaying tactic. It makes them devote more resources and time for you to get ready and mobilize your active counterattack, defense, whatever you want to call that, quick reaction teams, you know, whatever it is. So the more you do, the more time you're buying, you know. So that's what it is. These static defenses are really time givers. They give you time. I don't know whatever term you want to come up with. They're time enablers. I don't know. They buy you time. to do what you need to do. So don't ever think like, oh, that's going to stop them. You know, it's going to delay them. It'll grind them down. You know, but might stop them. Yeah, definitely. But I wouldn't count on it. I'd be like, oh, yeah, we built it. Let's go over here and never think about it. No, they're built knowing that they have to devote resources, and you have to have people actively on it or whatever. You know, so. And if you just have something out in the middle of nowhere, it's not, people are just going to come in, you know, with whatever and just start doing whatever they want. But under fire and after combat, you would have to do something like this with those vehicles and excavators also. This is not be under constant fire, so time and then the attack. I mean, how much time of the day? I mean, how much of the part of the day, you know, percentage wise is really attack? It's only a very small amount. So most of it is going to be building it, you know, and repairing it. And then what you're concerned about is repairing under fire or potential fire or whatever. So that kind of thing. But this is definitely has enough landmass because, you know, what the Romans did, they drained the swamps or whatever. So, you know, the Germans couldn't use it, and, you know, they did whatever they wanted to. What were the Germans? They nearly annihilated the race, Germanicus, whatever, going in there. And with Caesar building a bridge across the Danube in a day or two, got across it and then reversed, engineered it, and took it down within a week. You know, the whole thing was a week. So and now we look at this. It's all about building to it directly, not like indirectly. Sort of, it's critical resources. Building, big part of the war. Is it bridges? Yeah, there's bridges, but it's electrical things. You know, it's like building that infrastructure. You know what I'm saying? They need electricity. They need gas. So pipelines used to always coming in from Russia. Now, the unusual thing, you might need pipelines coming in from Poland, you know, to directly have gas for gas generators and not just civilians, but for the tanks. And railroads coming in, going directly to the front. So you don't have wear and tear on the tanks. So you could have, you know, huge supplies coming in. And you got to rebuild it faster than it gets destroyed. So it is building. You got to rebuild it faster than it gets destroyed. So construction and building is always harder than destroying. Destroying is easy. Everybody wants to talk about how to blow shit up, how to kill people. This is how you do it. I'm the ultimate assassin. I am the this war genius or whatever. The super soldier. I'm this uber soldat. That's what I am. That's what I want to be perceived as. Because in our neocortex, in our animalistic little brain right there, violence and pain and on other people is the core of who we are, and we have to override it. And to us, that has to be talent. It has to be skill. It has to be genius. And that's always what we're focused on. How long does it take to build a life? How quickly can you take that life? How long does it take to build a building? How easily is it to destroy that building? How long does it take to build a tank? How easy is it to destroy that tank? Very simple. Very quickly. Comparatively. Explosives and whatever else like that. So we got to be focused on building, constructing, innovating, and have control of that. Don't have it in China, outside the country. We can bring it to the United States. every advanced system has to be wholly contained and self-sufficient within the United States. I think this is going to be a war of construction even afterward. They have to rebuild anyways. They have to learn it now. Constantly building, constantly rebuilding. I mean, faster than it could be destroyed. It's not just a war of production, a war of logistics, war of rebuilding faster, whatever gets destroyed. We build a short bridge, all right. Build a truss bridge right across it. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. And then we'll make it pretty after all this shit is done. You know what I'm saying? We got you. We even have artisans on that shit because we have such a standard of living that people could make creative shit. You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. But you killed all your creative people. You killed all whatever in your country. We still got them. We had our people do what needed to be done to protect our country. But as long as we supply Ukraine intelligently weapons faster than Russia uses up theirs, we'll be all right. Because there's going to come a tipping point where they just don't have anything. They can't kill any more of their own people or anybody else's. They just don't have that ability. And that's it. There's just nothing they can do about it. It's just nothing fancy diplomacy-wise. There's no line they could say, whatever. They just don't have anything that goes boom. That's when we'll end, Because they're all trying to buy time for the production to kick up or whatever, So you have to get at that somehow, destroy that capability. But like I said, you'll be, whatever capability you have, you'll be taking care of it faster than they could have any effect on you. That's what you got to do. If throw up a missile, you shoot down. Boom. Throw up 10 missiles, you shoot down. You know what I'm saying? It's just like that. You have to have that capability. How long does it take to build like 100 missiles? I don't know. A month? You throw it all up in a day or two. And it doesn't make this shit does not make sense after a while. In no way does this shit make sense. It does not make sense. It is deadly and it's so simplistic, and why are you fucking doing it? And the only reason I get from this is that you want to kill people. You want to cause suffering, you want to cause pain. And what do you get from that? You get very little from it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like power-wise. You're diminishing your country's everything. So you're in this, you're past the point of no return. So you're trying to get all these tangential things out of it. Purging your populace of criminals. Of whatever, like it's just so you're already using all your weapons, might as well use it as much as possible, This. But anyways, I don't think World War III. Yeah. World War III is not going to happen. Ukraine made sure of that. Is my point. As long as we switch our focus to rebuilding, construction. So, you gotta chew bubble gum and juggle at the same time. You know what I'm saying? We could do that. Don't always be focused on killing people. Be focused on building lives and building structures and civilization. And that's what we got. And we got the tools to do it. So, we got it. Some of the other vehicles we have. These are the Abrams tanks that we give away to other countries. I mean, let them buy, give away. So most of them we give away, but you know, we all types of stuff, you know. But I guess the only thing I have to add is a combination of this vehicle, not this vehicle, I like this one. The Wolverine. And it's just a minor ad, I suppose. It's not a big deal. I mean, there's a couple of things here. Where's the bridge there? See, this has a bridge on top of it, and that's what you really need to do. Have one sacrifice itself. In the middle of the river. I mean, it's a vehicle. There you go. So you have a river, to lay a bridge across it. And this vehicle would act as basic support for another bridge on top of it. Boom. Double it. It's the only thing we really need to build and add that capability on it. But we all want to be like, oh, it has to be self-contained and we got to save it. But I think in the chaos of everything, that's just not reality. You know what I'm saying? A vehicle disappears just like that. So you have to sort of factor that vehicle doing something, and that's it, sacrificing itself. Anyways, and you get across the river super quick. And then all the left there is the vehicle, and you take the bridges with you. You know, so decrease the capability somewhat. I mean, nothing's perfect, but you just got to keep moving, keep fasting. Those regard, but we always kind of think of these perfect things, and whatever's happening over there, you got to constantly innovate and think. So you think of something, you got to be like, okay, let other people look at it, and then let other people add on to it. Be like, oh, we could do this, we can't do this. Well, that's kind of crazy. Oh, this is good. You got to allow that, and we got to keep allowing that. That's the only way. You know, you're going to win modern war anywhere. You know what I'm saying? If you look at any of these plans, we just look at what one person discerned and wrote down in history. All these intricate things also happened during that battle. And people followed out and were loyal to that command to be like, okay, we got to attack over here to, you know, delay them, pull these forces, then we go around over here, and then we launch this, and then this happens, and this all orchestra happens or whatever, right? But the person writing it down just sort of writes it down. So you got to read between the lines and everything. So we got to have all that. We got to have all that brain power on what's happening in Ukraine, while Russia just does it from a dictator and uses antiquated information. And that's our strong point. And that's how we outsmart people. We just don't do one thing and be like, okay, well, this is that, or this is that. And be, you know what I'm saying? Because this might not be a good idea. You know what I'm saying? It might be some, you know, you gotta just allow that to, you know, form the basis or assert yourself when okay, well, this might be a good idea. I think I know something where you're not really getting at, and let me jump in and give my insight on something also. So you guys step forward also, but allow that to be also have feedback and be able to just to grow, and have it all the have everything like fed it out and whatnot, saying that kind of thing. But I'm gonna leave it at that. But there's not gonna be World War III. It's the war is contained, and Ukraine can win it. It's not an automatic thing by any sense of the means. We got to keep doing what we're doing. And what I'm stating is that everything being equal, what we're doing now, or how we're progressing, how we're fine. I mean, people are dying at an alarming rate, but we're handling it well. I understand a lot of these things, but it's between they're trying to not have other countries involved. Is it smart for Ukraine to go into Belarus? Yes. That would be expanding the war. But Belarus is itself like, this is a deadly game. If they attack Ukraine, they'll be, all their army will be annihilated. And then Russia will just move in because there's nothing to stop Russia. There's nothing to stop China from moving into Russia over here. It's just, these dictators are just playing with fire. They're fucking themselves over. It's a big circle fuck. None of them are going to be honorable to the other guy, but they all rely on each other. You know what I'm saying? It's all just bullshit, man. This shit shouldn't be happening in this modern era. That's all it is. I'll leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? We can handle it. All right. I'll leave it at that, But let's see. Maybe you could put some tetrapods around these Wagner groups are going after. It's not Belgorod, but Bakhmut. Imagine coming in through the H-32. You just have fucking tetrapods instead of like those hedgehogs. Got S around them or whatever, So instead of having a straight shot, you got a 10-minute walk. You're taking an hour to drive and shit. You know what I'm saying? Some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And there's just no way you could bulldoze those out of the way. You know what I'm saying? Well, you could, but you have like artillery, fucking heavy machine guns, mortar fires. Some creating, giant fucking double knives coming at them. I don't fucking know. You just have all that shit, coming at you. You're not gonna moving it away. You know what I'm saying? So I mean that kind of thing. But anyways, I'll leave it at that. All right, I play my games. I gotta do what I gotta do. I gotta put my Christmas tree. All right, peace.